when all of a sudden it's June. Welcome to the energy update of June. Happy June. The month of May was quite a month, and the Akashic Records in the energy update of May said that we would have some individual wake up moments, big wake up moments. Now, I definitely have experienced that the last week. I have been going through a whole lot of emotions, and out that came a completely new way of living that my guidance was already pointing at, but it didn't fully land, and I didn't fully wake up to it upon literally the last couple of days. So I'm really curious what the Akashic Records are gonna say to us about this month, because last month was very impactful, and this month there is a whole new time ahead of us. The energy is just going faster again and again. Sometimes we wish we stop, but it is not stopping. It's moving us to a completely new place. So I'm very grateful that you're here with me. What you're gonna hear is a straight channel from the Akashic Records of Mother Gaia and of humanity. And I ask it what we need to know and for some practical guidance. I know some of us might love to talk about the fifth and the seventh and the eighth dimension and how it is all working together and which alien races are watching us right now. And I love that stuff too. But this is specifically designed for you to walk away with some very practical steps so you can navigate the energy of June in the best way possible. So I'm about to channel the records. Enjoy, sit back, just listen with your whole body. That's the best advice I can give you to experience this. See this as a very present moment, a transmission of energy that completely upgrades you and make sure that you have the best month of June you can have. So enjoy, and I see you after the transmission. Siuandi alagiandi alagio lorgondoi ternindai tornandal noyangayantarninut. Dear humans, greetings. We are here with a beautiful transmission so that you can navigate the month of June in the highest grace and in according with your highest timelines. Time is a very interesting phenomena, and as you see at this moment in time, you are speeding up and time is becoming a little bit more visible than before. You can all still remember that time just felt like a very linear experience. But right now it becomes so obvious that time is not linear. Many of you are seeing it in your life that some days are lasting incredibly long and some weeks go by in a flinch. And this is needed. Why is this happening, you may ask? Why is time acting so fluid lately? It is because you are invited to play with time in a completely new way. And the best way for life to show that time is a playable aspect of your reality is by making it very fluid, by wiggling it in front of your eyes, quite literally. The universe says to you, dear one, here is time. Start playing with it. Here is time. Start playing with it. Are you accepting this invitation of becoming a time bender? Because it will be of great benefit to your journey. Only the humans that are selected for this time bending experiment are seeing these time fluctuations very clearly in their field. And you are preparing the rest of humanity by downloading the codes and frequencies of time bending onto the Earth grid. So it is not only of great benefit to your own journey, but you are of service by accepting this invitation to play with time. Now, how do you play with time then? This is for every mind a little bit differently, but we ask you to explore. First of all, to slow down time and to speed up time wherever it is needed. Time is also still a function that is created in the mind. So once you take hold of the time center inside of your mind, and you are able to change these dynamics, see if you can then spot it in the outer world. Your time center is of beautiful frequency, hidden for most. But with a conscious intention to find your time center, your subconscious mind will clearly show it to you where it is and how to use it. And once you have found your time center, you can start playing with the speed. If you feel overwhelmed, ask your time center to slow time down. If you need something to happen quickly and you're waiting and feeling impatient, ask for your time center to speed time up. Play with it as we have shared. Time will always be different in your dimension than it is in ours. But with these fluctuation energy, it comes a little bit closer to how we experience time. Even though time is for us complete pathway and a doorway into many possibilities, it will still feel like a timeline on planet Earth. But if the line is all of a sudden a lot more under your control, you are able to form it as you like. And that is the first thing that will open up in the month of June and in the further months. Yes, time has already seen and showed you that they are more malleable and more flexible than you previously realized. But this month includes the invitation to start playing with it, and that will continue for the next decades until enough humans have said yes to this adventure and have started downloading the codes for the rest of humanity. So, dear one, if you are seeing time fluctuating in front of your eyes and you see the fast and slow pace like never before, say yes to this invitation and become one of the time benders on your planet. There is a lot more upgrades in store for you, and all of them have to do with an increase of awareness. Some of you have clearly noticed that your telepathy is increasing, your intuition is increasing, and many areas of your life and your past are seen more clearly than ever before. This is, of course, because of the increase in awareness, and there is a very specific phenomena that is happening that will turn human suffering into understanding and resolution. Suffering is only suffering when you not yet reached a higher level of awareness. From a higher level of awareness, it is always understood and most of the time is seen as a valuable period of your life. You have experienced this before, and if you are currently suffering, you can be assured that it is again a matter of increase of awareness. But awareness in many people is growing so fast that you will notice very quick shifts in your understanding of what it means to be human. And many of the stories that you carried around suffering, around victim mentality, around pitifulness, will all be transmuted into higher frequency stories. Now, we would love to give some examples here. One thing is that humans give the ego a very bad reputation, especially when they become aware of the ego and become aware of the many protection and defense mechanisms it has developed since early childhood. It has become something to overcome, or to die of, or to transcend. Now, this is all suffering in a frequency bandwidth perspective. Because in all of these situations, there is something bad, quote unquote, inside of your head, and that badness needs to be resolved. Now, it is only and can only be resolved by an increase of awareness and a less hostile perspective on the ego. In our perspective, the ego is very much necessary for your development and for your dimensional reality. For example, a big part of the ego is for you to create stories and to live and experience stories. You have a story, your neighbor has a story, someone else on the street has a completely different story. Humans are interesting and complex beings, especially because of their stories. They have discovered things, they have traveled places, they have overcome challenges, they have career paths, they have relationships, friendships. Some have families, others choose not to. All of that is part of the story. And the story is what makes this reality so unique. Look at the amount of storytelling that is happening and being solved on a day-to-day basis. There are your streaming platforms like Netflix. There are the TVs, the radios, but also beautiful storytelling events, campfire sessions, public speaking. And those are just the stories that are direct. But then there are also books, there are also video games, and there are also many different fiction and non-fiction experiences that every human at this moment can take upon themselves. Next to all that external stories, there is your story and what you make of your story, and how well you are able to create your story. You can easily see that the topic of stories is a huge impact on a human lifetime. It defines a human lifetime. Now, what if all of that disappears? Because a story is only possible because you have an ego to interpret these stories and to see different humans as separate entities living different stories. If the ego is not there, there are no stories to be enjoyed. So the topic of transcending, or letting the ego die, or removing the ego from your life also will remove all of the stories and therefore all of the fun and all of the aliveness out of your reality. Is that truly what you want? Of course not. But because of the lower awareness that has been present on your planet, that was the best humans could think of at that time. But these perspectives are shifting. And the perspective that we just told you, in the case of the ego, is way more a perspective of understanding. Wow, I have an ego, because I can experience stories right here. And let me use my ego to make my story and the story of others the best they can be. What a different perspective. And that just comes from a higher level of awareness. And this is what we mean with suffering will change to understanding, and from understanding comes resolution. You don't want to have an enemy living inside of your head. That is a low frequency band with perspective. That might be a story that you want to play, but we see that humanity is ready for higher level stories. Not that have enemies inside of their head that they need to overcome all day, but way more a story where they dance in harmony with everything they have been given. So, this is just one part, but there are many other aspects of human life that can create suffering. For example, there is time. There is the density of the third dimension. There is the delay in manifestation that can create a lot of impatience and feelings of helplessness and hopelessness. And there is simply a whole lot of power struggles. Now, all of these stories with higher perspective will create completely new experiences for you and will stop the suffering and turns it into understanding and resolve. Even the big topics that are currently being watched by the collective, for example, child trafficking, war, violence, and many forms of human humiliation, but also inner topics like self-sabotage, depression, diversity, racism, are all being taken into a new level of understanding. And all of them will remove suffering from the human being. Now, suffering is not the same as challenging. A challenge is actually really powerful and healthy for the development of humanity. But a challenge turns into suffering by low frequency perspective. A challenge with high frequency perspective creates only more drive, willpower, confidence, and a willingness to go for it. There is a natural willingness to start going for such energies. Just like we shared with the example of the ego, that first was an enemy that needed to be overcome, and then became the great story experiencing aspect of your inner world. All of a sudden, you want to create better stories. You want to learn and listen to higher level stories of other humans. You become more interested in other people, and at the same time, you become more interested in what you are capable of. There is a naturalness in using these abilities and these challenges when you are looking at it from a high level perspective. And this is what's going to happen and will increase strongly in your month of June, July, August, and becomes more normalized after that. So if you are somebody who sees and feels that your old subjects and your old reasons for suffering are all of a sudden being transmuted, then you are in for quite a journey and quite a ride. And we look forward to see what you come up with and how you are experiencing your life after these shifts have been created. The next theme that we would love to discuss is that chaos will turn into simplicity. And this might come as a big relief. Finally, the chaos turns into simplicity. But there is one catch, and the catch have been always there, but now it becomes even more profound and needed. It will only turn into simplicity if you stop, reflect, and take time to see it for what it is. Stop, reflect, and see it for what it is. This is especially challenging because you find yourself in a very fiery, active, fire horse energy year, which is all about going. And it is still all about going. But if your going turns into too much chaos, the fire needs to be contained. We don't say stop the fire, we say take it easy. Stop putting logs on the fire. Stop fanning the fire and allow yourself to just enjoy the fire and see what is currently bringing in your life. The fire and the chaos around it, which is synonymous for the energy in your life currently and the chaos around you, have something to say to you. But they will only say it to you, and you will only be able to extract its lessons and turn the chaos into simplicity when you just stop fanning it and take moments to see what is currently happening in your life. You have a natural ability to feel what is currently needing energy and what currently has enough energy. We want you to listen to this. And in such a year, it can be hard to listen to this because there is so much pull and so much forward momentum and so much spontaneous action energy. And that is beautiful. But with every manifestation of the fire element, it needs to be respected. Fires can turn into the most beautiful candle and lights, and can lit up a room in the most romantic way. They can also burn that same room to the ground. And we have warned about this before, and especially in our yearly update, but right now, in the months ahead, this message is more important than ever. You will know if the fire is burning too brightly, if chaos is in your field, or if you have taken upon too much things and feel like you want to stop it all. If you are in such a situation, stop taking action for a little while and just allow yourself to watch the actions and the results of what your actions have brought so far, and put them in front of your eyes, like a dashboard of your life. And look around the dashboard and see, is this truly where I want to be heading? Is all of this truly important? Take stock and feel where naturally your fire wants to move into, not mentally. naturally. The difference between the mind and the natural energy flow is that the mind will talk a lot of the times in that you should do this, you should do that, you should take action, you should be expected. Every time the should energy is in your field, you can be assured it is a mental projection. While the natural energy flow feels more like a truth that is expanding. A very different energy. The natural energy flow will just spontaneously give you an idea or a continuation of an idea that doesn't have any should to it. It will feel more like play than obligation. That is the flow that you're here to follow. That is the flow where the fire of your life wants to go to and romanticize and make beautiful whatever you go into. The should energy, and especially listening continuously to the should energy, has the power to turn into a wildfire and destroy. We do not want that for you, and that is why we are here to warn you. And if you know anybody that feels a little bit too hasty, stressful, overwhelmed, or just feels very much dealing with too much chaos at this moment, please give them this message. Let them stop. Let them see what they are doing, and let them take enough time for natural insights to arise. Not impatient mental energy, not shoot energy. Natural pull towards a spontaneous next step. That is your flow. Now, we are very grateful because, as you know, and as you are all feeling, the energy of this year is on another level. And the energy of this year has not been for everyone. Some are thriving and some are feeling a lot of struggle. But we intend that this message will move your struggle indeed into understanding and your chaos indeed into simplicity, so that you can navigate life in a way better style, with new levels of direction. Slowly but surely, every form of misaligned lifestyle will be replaced with aligned lifestyle. And the more adaptable you are, and the more open to change you are, the easier these times will be. Now, we are intending to continuously prepare to all of humanity, to show them the faculties that are inside of them, and to align their lives with their infinite values instead of with their finite values. And we would love to invite you on this journey. If you truly want to know how your vessel works, how you can actually thrive in these times instead of feeling a lot of overwhelm and full with emotion, know that we are creating a space, a sanctuary, where in the highest levels of peace you are able to facilitate your journey with higher level of understanding, perspective, and a whole lot of peace. We wish you a great month of June and the time ahead. Thank you for being present for this energy transmission. Allow your body to take 3 deep breaths right now so that you can fully integrate what is coming to you. Time is going to change, and you are a time bender. Suffering will turn into understanding, and you create resolve out of that understanding. And your chaos will turn into your simplicity if you are willing to stop, pause, and take inventory. In the highest gratitude, we leave you in love and in peace. Wow. What a beautiful transmission. May this bless your month of June. It certainly will bless mine. The last one did so much, and this one I feel already is gonna do that too. Now I'm building at the moment 2 very accessible online spaces for us to dive deeper into this. One is actually you being able to learn the Akashic Records for yourself. And it is still gonna be free, but not for long. So if you want to be part of the founding members, then join that community. It is called the Akashic Record School, and you can go to school.com/akasha to, enjoy a complete lifetime of free access in that community. And if you want to go deeper on really aligning yourself with spirit, with your inner faculties, and truly what they shared at a moment ago, truly understanding how we work and what our infinite faculties are, and how can we prosper and create love by actually aligning to the infinite faculties, there is the Sacred Alignment Academy. Also, the price will go up of this community soon. So at this moment, it's truly the most affordable time to join these communities. I would love to grow with you. I'm so enjoying the people that are there, the conversations that we have, the transmissions, the light language. There's so much incredibly powerful things happening there. I would love to invite you. So the links are probably here on the screen. They will be they will be down in the description as well. And if it is at the moment not resonated, no problem. I see you in the next video. I wish you an incredible month of June. And know that this is always an invitation that is open for you and available for you. It might only be more expensive as time goes along. I wish you a beautiful month. And let me know in the comments what did resonate with you. Is there something that you already felt? Was this confirmation? Was this new information? I am really enjoying reading the comments, so let's connect over there. And have a blessed month, dear one.